Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Fall Break Podcast. I am your host, Mason Fall. Today, we are here joined with two very guests on the show today. I am talking about the one and only Owen Hubbard
Yes, sir.
and also Noah Martenson.
Yep.
How are you guys doing today?
I'm pretty good. I'm excited to be on the Fall Break podcast finally.
All right.
Really happy to be here. I'm a big fan of the show.
All right. Well, thank you. We are also here rejoined with our lovely co-host, Damien Young. How are you today, Damien?
Very well.
I love every time you're really fluent.
It's a good radio voice.
It is a really good
It
radio
is.
voice. I would listen to any book in that voice.
He was,
Yeah.
he
Any
was
book.
born for podcasting.
Thing
is,
is,
Yeah.
that's actually my book reading voice, anyways. I've actually done that. Like I have voices for multiple things.
Built for
Like
it.
a voice actor?
Yeah.
Did you want to go into that?
And if engineering doesn't work out, I'll think of it.
All
That's
right.
a career you should consider.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But moving on. We have gotten over 150 subscribers on the channel and over 2,000 views on the channel altogether. Thank you guys for all the support recently. It's been really helping us out. And moving on, new quarter, guys. New classes coming up. Anything special going on with those?
Not anything special. Same old, same old. I have pretty much all core classes: English, Spanish, and then English, Spanish, and then geometry. We have
Nice.
geometry together first block.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. But yeah.
My quarter, man, it's not great.
Oh, yeah?
I'm stuck with a lot of electives. It's fine. They're easy classes, but I got intro health careers and child development, which are I did not see myself taking child development, but when I dropped welding 2, they didn't
Wow.
have many options this late in the year.
Why did
so.
you drop welding too?
I really liked welding 1, but I just don't see myself doing anything with it,
Gotcha.
so I thought it was kind of a waste of my time.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean,
Understandable.
right. Well, either way, I mean, we got to get through school somehow, so might as well take
Right.
the boring ones right now. So, Damien, how is your next quarter going along?
Oh, it's actually going very well. I have woodworking for my fourth block, and that means whenever I am done with anything or school's about the end every day, all I have to do is get the leaf blower and blow off any dust or wood, and I can leave.
It's a lot of hands-on work, right?
Yeah.
And this is like the second day,
Yep.
and you've already had to do that?
Well, we have a paper first that we need to do, and it's almost done for me. But others just finished theirs today.
All right. Well, that's good to know, kind of get some nice classes going on. I got gym second quarter,
Okay.
not second quarter, but like the second period,
Yeah.
and it's like in the middle of it, so I'm thankful I have third block off, so I can just shower right after.
Yeah, I
Oh,
would
yeah.
hate to have gym. I mean,
Oh yeah,
we're sophomores. We can't go home.
right.
And I have gym. I think it's third next quarter, so that isn't that bad. Like if you go first quarter, second block, first block, then you smell the rest of the day.
Yeah.
You go too hard in gym,
Mhm.
and that sucks. If
Yeah.
you have swimming, you're all wet.
Oh god, yeah. I have swimming first, so I'm lucky.
Really?
I'm very lucky. I get to have third block off right afterwards.
You get to get it out of the way
Right.
early in the year. That's got to be
I hate
nice.
swimming. The water's so cold.
Oh man, it just doesn't sound nice. All that chlorine and stuff, getting your eyes all red and stuff. It just doesn't look right. But yeah. I mean, new quarter, new classes. School's going along fine. Yeah. Me and Damien are seniors after this. And the next quarter, we're just done.
What are you guys
Nice.
doing after high school?
So, Damien, you're going to Arizona, right?
Yes, or at least I'll try.
So he has a college, and he doesn't know the name of it that he wants to go
Oh.
to.
Okay.
And I thought that it was very interesting
that is
because
pretty interesting.
I know, but I'm going to go to Iowa Central.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to be taking broadcasting over there.
Really?
Okay.
And
So this is what you want to do.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a hobby at first until I found out, you can get paid just for professionally doing it. So,
Yeah.
Does Iowa Central have a good broadcasting program?
yeah, they actually have their own radio station.
Really?
Yeah, you can it's 88 something up there and Fort Dodge, and it's really nice. They have their own podcast rooms too, so
No way.
yeah, so imagine just me just chilling up there doing this.
That
So
would be awesome.
that would be really awesome. But yeah, life's moving on. We're all just enjoying life right now, I guess. Classes and stuff. So, hopefully things get easier after this quarter for you guys.
I hope they do.
Yeah.
I certainly do.
But moving on, we have our first topic of the day. So, a really interesting thing, I'm into countries, so geography and stuff, but I found out that Do you guys know there's this island near Hawaii called Tuvalu?
I do know about Tuvalu.
Yeah, and it's a little island country by Hawaii. And recently, the minister of Tuvalu announced that the country soon in the future is going to be submerged underwater.
I did hear about that.
So he's going to make Tuvalu the very first digital metaverse country.
The prime minister is gonna make it digital.
Yeah.
Like a real country. He's doing that.
And digitally, like all of the island's contents and the way it looks now is going to be put into the digital universe.
Okay, but that's cool and all. But like when they're submerged underwater, how does that help them?
I know.
Yeah.
Well, like you can't really do anything to stop it. I guess
I mean, I guess.
I know,
it's
but, like,
kinda hard when you're stuck. in
I'm
the
sure
middle
if
of
they
it.
found a way to stop it, then we wouldn't have to worry about it. But they just announced officially that Tuvalu is going to be put in the digital universe,
That is
the very first country to do
Wow.
so.
that's actually crazy.
I know.
What does that really like entail? Being put in the digital universe.
So basically, what they do is they're going to take all the recorded history of Tuvalu and
Okay.
all of its contents and what the island looked like when it was first
Yeah.
like its own independent country, and they're going to put that in a meta universe so you can like use virtual reality and stuff
Oh,
to
okay.
like walk around the country
That's
and
awesome.
see it there.
Okay.
That's like if they do that after the country is submerged and they're like a metaverse country, are they still in the like UN? Do they still have a government?
I
How
don't
does
I
that
don't
even
know.
work?
No
They
way.
well like at first like he just announced it, so I don't know what all the rules entail about it. But what I do know is that it's just like now in the future we know that countries that are islands are going to be submerged underwater in the future, and all those people on those islands have to go.
Yeah.
That is sad.
That is really sad, and knowing all that history and stuff on that island alone is gone.
It's awesome. That
It's
they're
it's
able
just
to
gone.
Preserve their history though.
Right.
Yeah, that is cool, but it's just like that their native homeland is gonna be submerged. And I watched a YouTube video about it by Yes Theory where they're like traveling to the least visited country, and it was Tuvalu.
Yeah.
And I know that when he was talking to some of the locals, they were like, "Yeah, it's just like inevitable that we are gonna be submerged underwater at some point."
It's crazy.
So sad.
I know. And just knowing that, in the future, like more countries are going to be submerged underwater too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, they got a plan for that. But yeah, there's not much we can do for that. Just knowing the future is, just going to be covered in water one day. So, absolutely crazy. Damien, you have any words about that right now?
It kind of makes me think that, like, sometime in the future, even more, like, countries will be submerged. And, like, that brings me to the idea of one day, almost the entire United States might be submerged underwater.
It's true. You guys hear about California and stuff, right?
Like, have you seen those charts? Where it's like sea levels are rising at the same rate.
Yeah.
2050, like
Oh, yeah.
some of
Oh, yeah.
Florida will be,
Dude.
Yeah,
like-
California
and
Florida.
like the Midwest is like the only thing left.
I know.
It's or not like the only thing, but you know what I mean.
I
It's
remember
crazy.
being in a class in like elementary school, and they showed us like a graph of the future of like how bad things are gonna get, like global warming and like the oceans rising and stuff, and like the only place to be safe is like Montana. Or
Oh, shout out Montana.
Hey,
yeah, shout out to
Montana.
Montana. I mean,
Shout out Montana.
that is like one of the most least populated states in the United States, and it's the most safest for the future.
That's crazy.
It is crazy, and
There's a lot
just
of people moving to Montana.
and
Maybe
do you-
they know what's coming.
do you know how crazy it is to think about that some parts of California are already submerged,
That's insane.
and I have no idea about it.
It's scary to see that.
And like I remember seeing like the flood recently. Some guys said that 13 to 14 inches of water is now 50.
50 inches of water.
Yeah. Like
That's like not even comprehensible.
I know.
How much is 15? That's like almost three
No,
and
yeah.
something feet. I
Dude,
don't
this
even know.
house would be gone.
I don't.
Like well, not 50 inches, but like maybe
This basement.
This
Your
basement here,
your basement, we-
I'm not sure, but like
shout out to this basement.
shout out to this basement.
Thanks.
but-
Yeah, no, this is a cool setup. This is a cool
I wish I had a camera to show you guys the basement, but I make Snapchats and stuff about it too. So hopefully, in the future I might get a camera down here before I leave to college.
for the bread up there.
Maybe. I have all that space over there too.
Uh-huh.
So maybe I'll get something going. But Tuvalu, one of the very first country to announce that they are officially going to the metaverse,
I know
because
that, there's like micronations. Have you ever heard of that? Where it's
No.
like people set up countries. they're not taken seriously, but people just like claim space in their backyard and like, yo, we're a country, and like a lot of them
Oh
do
my,
it, like, the metaverse.
no.
Yeah,
That's
some of them
crazy.
do it through Discord. It's like crazy.
That's
but, like,
that's stupid.
they're never taken seriously, and they have like their own group. But I've never heard of like an actual country, like a real country that's internationally recognized.
Yeah.
It's got to be the
Go
That's-
into the
first of
metaverse,
its
yeah.
kind.
Wow, that's crazy,
I mean, when you think about it, though, I mean, that's awesome.
bro. This basement is my country.
But you could just make your own flag and like. send
Yeah,
some
man.
props
The
to
Fall
FIFA
Break
League
podcast
and-
flag.
I don't think this thing's going underwater anytime soon.
I'm gonna make
Start
this
off.
thing waterproof. This whole thing. But yeah. Definitely interesting to think about.
It is interesting.
But moving on. Next topic. I want to talk about so in Mr. Peisel's class,
Yes.
there was a lesson that I learned near the end. It was about how the supermarkets make a lot of money. So, you know, at Fairway and stuff, you
Well,
know.
What
Shout
I
out
took away
Fairway.
from that lesson is that, but the profit margins are so slim
Yeah.
on the food they sell. And then the next day I went to work and I was thinking about like, dang, we really. All right, well, what do you have to say about it? Because I kind of
So- So there's like a little trick that supermarkets love to do that like barely anyone realizes, but they put all the necessary things that people need in the very back of the store at
That is
Hy-Vee.
true.
So like all the milk and the eggs and the meat and stuff, they
Yep.
all go in the back of the store because your eyes will be focused on other
the
products.
meat counters in the. That is that is
exactly
true.
what
It is
Fairway
true.
does. Yep.
And like you have to pass all through those aisles, and then like all of our seasonal stuff is like down the aisle to reach to the milk department and stuff.
That is every store.
Yeah, and like, and
Well, even like their pharmacy, like bigger supermarkets, they put like their pharmacies and stuff in the back.
yeah,
So like
Yep.
even if you're just, because I know this is happening to my dad. He's like, we're just going to get your stepmom's medication, then we walk out with like a cart full.
oh
It's like,
yeah.
You gotta walk past
Dude.
all this stuff.
As a cashier at Hy-Vee, you know how many people say to me, "I just came here for one or two things, and I ended up
Happened to me
leaving."
yesterday. At
Yeah.
least 7 people were like,
Yeah,
I only meant to get one thing, and then they have like a basket full. Or
yeah, but
they,
that's
They also put baskets in the back by the
Mhm.
meat counter. So
Mhm.
like after you get meat, you're like, and then you look down the aisle, and you're like, oh, I kind of want that. You
Yeah.
get the basket, and then you start filling it up.
I know, and then and it all comes down to like you know the prices and stuff too, because you know of course we're not gonna like buy the most over expensive thing.
Yeah.
That's why they cut the prices down a little bit, and they have inflation because that way it makes it more comfortable for you to buy.
Also, I learned from that lesson, and I noticed this a lot, because Hy-Vee has their own brand of stuff that's basically a knockoff of every other thing they sell. Fairway does this. Costco does this with Kirkland.
Yeah,
Is that they
Yeah.
have the name brand thing, and then they have their own brand, and it's like 2 cents cheaper.
right.
But they're the same thing, and the lesson showed us they get it from the same manufacturer. Like, they literally taste the exact same, and then I guess that's how stores make money too, because their profit margins, what we learned from that is that it's not that much. They don't make that
Right.
much.
Yeah.
It's yeah. I mean, it's just crazy to think about. Like, well, it's also about like the branding and stuff. So we take Hy-Vee has their own brands of stuff like
Yeah.
chips and
Yeah,
and
exactly.
drinks and stuff. So yeah, that we just take whatever's left over and put it on our own bags, and that's how we make money off of our own products.
I think every store
Absolutely.
does that.
Yeah.
They just get it from the same manufacturer and slap their label on it, and it's the same exact thing.
It is.
It's funny
do,
though.
do you want to
People-
move your filter down a little bit because
Oh.
I don't think anyone like it's not really. I don't think anyone can hear you right now.
Really?
Yeah,
Are you serious?
like you were talking like this for a little bit.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, just put your face right up to it, man.
It's
Even up
funny
here,
though.
they can't hear me.
Yeah, I mean,
That is crazy.
I don't know if the filter's helping or not.
My bad, guys.
Because I
Maybe I'll
don't
just-
know where the other one is for that one.
All right, there we go.
Am I sounding okay?
Yeah,
No
you sound
filter.
okay. You sound okay.
Nope, no pop filter.
All right. Yep, the levels are going up good now though.
Wow.
But yeah, supermarkets definitely have their own tricks up their sleeves, you
They
know?
do. They
Yeah.
do. Maybe
And-
never look at Fairway the same.
I know. Damien, you've been to a supermarket before, right?
Yeah.
But he doesn't work at a supermarket. He works at McDonald's.
Oh.
So
Wow, that's okay.
there's nothing wrong with that. It's a
Yeah.
job.
You make more than us, so. there's
I
nothing
wish
wrong with that.
I wish I did.
Wait,
You get free food?
What do you mean you wish?
Actually, yeah, I do get free food, yes, but
That's pretty.
I
sweet.
only make 10 every hour.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
The minimum wage in Iowa was like $7.25.
yeah. that's
Never
true.
mind, I take everything I said back.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. It's
Shout out to McDonald's.
shout out to McDonald's. If I ever get hungry, there's one across the street.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Love the quarter
But yeah. All right, moving on to our next topic. Let's go with So we already talked about Montana, but
Love Montana.
but there's a lot of states. A lot of them, like some are like really small and really populated. Others are like really big, like
Yeah.
Montana, and are really least populated. I want to know from each of you guys, including you, Damien, what is the most underrated state in the United States?
Okay, underrated state. Okay, I'm a little biased.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna. Well, okay, I would say Montana, right?
Yeah.
Because my dad lives there, my whole family's from there. And I spend quite a bit of time out there.
Your family's from Montana?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, my dad recently just moved back there, so over winter break, over every break and summer break, I go out there, live at his house. But the show Yellowstone,
Yeah.
after that, they've seen an influx of people moving there.
Uh-huh.
I still think it's very underrated. They only have 1 million people living there.
Right.
In the fourth largest state, like land area wise, and then
Oh my
Iowa
gosh.
has 3 million.
That's crazy to think
Um,
about. Dude, think about this. Hawaii, I think, has like over 3 million people.
Oh, they have more than that.
Dude, like,
They've got-
and that's just,
Honolulu alone.
That's-
Probably has,
yeah.
Like 800,000.
dude, that's like a couple of islands.
Yeah.
And millions of people live there.
Yeah.
And just to think that Montana is, and you said it was like the fourth biggest state in the United States, and that's like one of the least populated areas.
I had no idea Montana was so big.
I know.
I'm gonna stick with Montana though.
Yeah, but
'Cause
Montana, definitely.
It's pretty damn.
Shout out to Hannah Montana.
Hannah
I love that show,
Montana, for sure.
but don't. And I'm not shouting out to Miley Cyrus. Like she's getting a lot more weirder now.
Oh, man.
But
She's a very
Montana,
interesting person.
Montana definitely underrated.
It
You
is
know,
underrated.
I bet it's really beautiful up there too.
It is. It is.
You've been there?
I can't say I've been to Montana, but if I had to pick an underrated state, I think I'd have to go with Michigan.
Michigan.
I feel like Michigan gets slept on a lot. It's pretty far up north. I mean, it's cold.
That's actually a valid answer.
But
Yeah.
I got a lot of family up there, so we take vacations up there pretty frequently.
Yeah.
And some places are just absolutely gorgeous. Like they got water up there. It was so warm that we were able to go to the beach.
Is Detroit as bad as it sounds?
So, yeah, I've been.
Oh, okay.
They don't live in Detroit, thank God. But, I
Okay.
mean, we were in Detroit once, and it's rough.
Yeah.
It's a pretty bad place.
Do you guys know who Corey Kenshin is?
oh yeah, I do.
Like, he's a really popular, famous YouTuber. He lives in Michigan.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Definitely an inspiration to me.
For
I know
sure.
a few people that like Corey Kenshin, but definitely,
I'm a fan of Corey Kenshin.
yeah,
My friend Ricky is a big fan of Corey Kenshin.
yeah, definitely. But yeah, you don't know who Corey Kenshin is?
No, I
He-
can't say I do. I don't watch a ton of YouTube, though, to be.
Right, but I assure you, he's like one of the best gamers on the platform. Definitely
He
really
keeps
cool.
disappearing though.
I've
I
probably
know.
seen him.
Dude, he takes like
6 months.
yeah,
at a time.
I think he took like a year break.
Oh,
I know.
man.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. Like he just left us on hold and then expect us to like chill out. But I guess we do come back. So
Imagine taking a year break and just being able to come back like that.
I know.
That is crazy.
He
'cause-
did. No, dude.
That's
This is the
nuts.
crazy thing. He made a video about him reaching 9 million subscribers. Right.
Oh, man.
That
Okay.
was the last video he posted until he reached 10 million. He reached
That
10
is
like
crazy.
he left after that 9 million special,
Yeah.
came back after like 3 months or 4 months or whatever, got 10 million.
10 million.
Yeah,
people.
didn't even post any more content after that. Didn't even post anything on Twitter.
Yeah,
And just made 10 million like that.
that's nuts.
I know.
That is insane.
It is crazy.
Mhm.
But again, like he does take breaks, so like it kind of pisses everyone off.
Yeah.
But definitely yeah. But
It's
Corey,
fun.
I could go on a rant about Corey Kenshin and stuff, but yeah, he's definitely a big inspiration for me.
Yeah.
But Damien, so I'm sorry for keeping you a little quiet for now, but can you tell me what your most underrated state is?
Honestly, I have no idea which to decide, but if I had to say one, I guess I would say Arizona. Mainly because, well, I can't get too deep into this, but the main thing is, like, some people think that a lot of people in Arizona are bad, but actually that is very false. From what I've seen when my family went down to Arizona, a lot of people down in Arizona are actually very friendly and they care about one another. And, well, like, almost everyone knows each other, and it's very wonderful there. Plus, it's beautiful at night. Especially if you're, like, in the middle of a desert.
That's a good take.
I
Isn't
know.
Arizona like just a desert?
Yeah, well, it seems like it, yes. But there's, like, cities, towns.
For sure.
Yeah.
Flagstaff, Arizona is like the second snowiest city
Oh,
in
man.
America. They get like the second most snow.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
Up
they
in
do.
northern Arizona.
I remember my family, I believe, went there once when I was like really young, and it was during winter. And from what I heard from my mother about the time we went there, I almost got buried under snow
Oh man.
because I am the shortest one in my family.
He has a baby sister though, and Zach is not shorter. Zach is a lot shorter than you. Well, they weren't even around yet though. We're in the they weren't even around, so I guess you really were the shortest one in the family.
Yeah. Yep. And I believe that's it.
But yeah, my mom went to Arizona. She went to Phoenix, and
Oh, okay.
she
have a nice cliff. They have a very beautiful cliff at Phoenix that like it's nearby a river, and I remember my family went jumping off that cliff and into the river. It's not that dangerous as long as you aim right, but at
Okay.
night I was warned
Good advice.
not to jump in the river, but I did anyways, and I regret it.
Savage.
I mean, you're still with us, so.
yeah, I mean, yeah. If you check out one of my earlier episodes, we talk about how Damien he was you had a change of mind now, but like I think like a year ago, Damien and I and a couple of our friends we went to do you know that quarry out by Crow Creek? It was
Yeah.
Crow Creek Park,
Yep,
but,
I know what you're talking
but there's like this little cliff area up there,
Yeah,
and
you
like
can cliff jump.
yeah,
It's so shallow.
I know. Well, like I
would
didn't.
not recommend it.
I know at first, but me and them
If
we
you
all
don't
jumped.
Jump far enough, you.
Oh yeah, dude.
it
Like,
hurts.
Yeah,
and
it's
like
bad.
I'm not saying I'm fat. I'm saying I'm big.
Yeah.
I'm like 280 pounds, but I jumped and luckily I did not die, or break a leg or anything.
Mhm.
But that's because I jumped.
Yeah.
But what happened to Damien was he wasn't really a fan of heights right like then, and what happened was everyone was like, "Go Damien, go!" and like we all tried to get him up there and stuff. You guys can check it out in the other episode, but
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna spoil it right now. But like it was like one of our
With-
first few episodes.
With those things, you just gotta go.
Oh yeah.
Because you have to realize that it's more dangerous and you will get hurt if you hold back.
Oh my
You just
god,
have to try
yeah.
to jump as far out as you can, or else it will hurt.
You
Yeah.
just gotta send it.
Yeah,
Dude,
exactly.
each time I almost thought I was gonna break my ass, but thank God I didn't.
Yeah.
Honestly, I thought I was dead.
Yeah, you can check out what happened in like one of the first few episodes. But
Sure.
yeah, definitely. What an adventure that was, Damien.
Yeah, very much an adventure.
It wasn't much of an adventure. It was more of a hospital visit.
Yeah.
Did you go to the
It's-
hospital or didn't?
I don't
What?
don't spoil it.
Oh,
Don't spoil
no,
it.
okay,
Don't
okay,
spoil
okay,
it. Don't
never
spoil
mind,
it.
never mind,
Man,
never
I'm
spoil
gonna
it.
have to
Which
go back
episode
and
is
watch
this?
that.
Oh my god, I think it was like
I'll go
one
find
or two.
Okay,
One or two
alright.
guys.
But yeah,
it. OG.
yeah, definitely last summer. Definitely, what an adventure that was. All right,
And Gary's mom had nothing compared to me.
But moving on, right here. So we're gonna move on to our audience questions.
Oh,
So
man.
Let's
I-
go.
I've been looking
So,
forward to these.
yeah.
Let's go.
I ask our audience on Snapchat if they can, if they want to ask questions to our two lovely guests right here. So, first one we have up on for Josh Gunn.
Okay.
He asked, "Who is your favorite fairway coworker?"
Alright, we can both answer this. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. You can go first.
Oh, okay. Caden. He's my work husband.
Caden.
Yes.
Okay.
And he knows that.
What's so special about Caden?
Dude, I love Caden.
Oh.
I
Is there anything you can't love about Caden?
No.
He's really nice. All right.
love Caden. I mean, Dante's a character. I'm not gonna go second, third, fourth.
Right.
But Caden is you know,
Definitely first.
honorable mentions.
Mm-hmm.
Isaiah, Matt, Dante. Let's see who else am I missing. Oh, Finney. He's a freshman at Bendorf.
Okay.
He's chill. No, Martenson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm blanking right now. but-
Tyler Houston.
Yeah, he's He's one of the produce guys. He's in my current events class right now.
Yeah, he's really cool. Definitely a really cool guy. How about for you, Noah?
Man, that's actually really tough. I think if I had to pick one, it would definitely be Owen, just because like he got me the
Oh, yeah?
job, he brought me the fairway.
Yeah.
Shout out to Owen Hubbard, our sophomore class president. But,
Wow.
if I had to give some honorable mentions, I'd definitely say like I'm not ranking him or anything. Glenn is definitely up there. He goes to PV. He plays
Oh,
football.
you're right.
I love Glenn. Glenn, you're amazing.
Okay.
He gets me through those morning shifts that we have to work together because he's just always there. Isaiah's awesome. Everyone's great. Dante's a character, but I
Yeah.
think Owen's definitely my favorite.
Me and Damien know that very well.
Yeah, I saw that you guys had him on an episode of your podcast.
Like he's one of our best friends.
That's
Like he
awesome.
went to the quarry with us.
Dante.
I
Dante's
see.
a good dude.
He is a
One of
good
your
dude.
first guests. I mean, there's a lot of like I didn't listen to Glenn and Noah first because like I don't really see them.
Mhm.
Because we don't get scheduled. A lot of the same, like I'm a cashier. He's a courtesy.
Yeah.
And they stopped really scheduling me for courtesy. So and even when we are working together, I'm up front and they're just like facing the shelves and stuff. But yeah, Caden.
All right.
Caden.
All right. Well, Fairway's got a couple of characters that I should be on the lookout for when I go hang out with Dante at
Should be on
Fairway.
the lookout for
100%.
that.
But yeah. Moving on. We have one for Noah from Eli Wallace.
Oh man.
Eli Wallace definitely one of the more I don't know how to say it. Like he's more invested into the podcast than
He's a big
than
fan.
I was
He's a big
expecting.
fan.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But from Eli Wallace for Noah, will you get any playing time? I don't know what that means.
was
I don't know
So-
if that was like a threat
No,
or
no, no,
disrespectful or whatever.
Right.
I love Eli. He doesn't really have any room to talk. It's for football. Before this year, I didn't really play very much. So this year, I did. I finally got that
Wow.
play time. So that's a W.
Definitely.
I think Eli got his first tackle of his career after he's been playing for like 3 years. So shout out to you, Eli.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
He got a tackle.
Oh, his first ever.
Wow.
Congratulations, Eli. You're great.
Wow.
I appreciate your question.
Last year, me and Noah, freshman football, we were B team ballers.
Oh yeah.
They have a B game
Mhm.
every year for the freshmen.
I balled out in the B game.
I rode the bench. I was like
Oh,
fourth string quarterback and
Wow.
like backup corner, and I was expecting to play corner in the game, and then the kid that was supposed to play quarterback was sick, so Kopnick came up to me in the hallway. He was like, "You're starting today," and I was like, "Oh God,
wow.
I don't want to do this."
Did
I
you
mean,
even get any warm up time?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
And then, I was practicing for it in practice, but I was practicing to be like the backup. Like I wasn't planning
Man.
on playing, and then I went out there. I didn't throw any picks. I almost did. We
Okay.
were playing Jefferson, Cedar Rapids Jefferson.
Oh yeah.
They
yeah.
suck.
They're
Oh yeah,
Um,
dude, they're terrible.
I threw at least 3 passes that hit the guy's hands,
Wow.
like on the other team, and he dropped them all.
Yeah.
So
Same guy.
do you know the score?
I was like 26 to 7.
And you were quarterback
Yeah.
the whole time?
He's a dog.
Yeah. They
QB3.
they let me throw it. They let me air it out a little bit in the first quarter, and then I think Mathis was like, "Man, if we really want to lock this down, we need to run." So we just started calling run plays.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It
definitely
was fun. It was fun.
That game
Well, that's
was
good.
probably one of the most fun. I've
It
ever
was
had.
fun.
especially since you're playing someone that doesn't do that well. So
Exactly.
yeah.
So like we knew we were gonna win, and it was like a B game. So like you're
did
just
they have a
messing around.
losing season? Like did they lose to everyone?
Oh my god.
Cedar Rapids Jefferson? Oh yeah. I don't know the rest. They definitely had a
100%.
losing season.
Hopefully no one
They're
from there is
varsies.
watching.
They're var-
What's
I
funny
don't care.
is this year they actually beat our freshman team.
Oh,
Really?
God,
Like,
yeah.
I don't. Do you remember what the score was?
I don't know. I didn't pay. Because like I didn't play football this year. Because the day after the
Oh,
B game
yeah,
last
yeah,
year,
yeah.
I got a concussion, and that was like my 4th concussion.
Yeah.
So I took my helmet off and I retired after that.
Wow.
Because like you can go after 4, but like once you get a 5th concussion, you're
That's when
like.
you start.
It's like, no.
Yeah.
really
So I
risking
just,
it,
like,
yeah.
I was like, it's not. If I'm just gonna ride the bench anyway for the next 3 years,
Right.
it's not worth it.
Right.
So.
Right. But definitely shout out to Coach Kobnick and
Oh yeah.
Bettendorf
Coach Kopnick's
football.
great. Yep, absolutely.
But yeah, I know it's like being a backup. You know, being a backup D lineman. You know, it's hard to go against the guys that have been doing it for like years and
Yeah, but
years.
Sure.
backup D linemen do have a very important place, though.
I know.
'Cause-
Because especially well, I started at our Muscatine game,
Mhm.
and it was like really embarrassing and stuff. But I was ready. I was trying to get my head in the game, and it was just difficult. Taking on the role as the leader as
Absolutely, that was a
D
tough
line.
game.
compared to other positions, I mean, backup D line, they get in the game more than most.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
Linemen don't get enough love.
I know. Linemen, especially like shout out to all of the linemen
Shout
Shout out
You-
to our
last
boys
year.
in the
were you on the
trenches.
end or were you?
I was
Yeah.
in the middle, man.
Okay.
I was in the middle. I was nose
Okay.
Wow.
right after
That's
Big
hard.
John.
That's-
So
Oh.
shout
I
out
love Big John.
to Big John and Xavier
Yeah,
Hamilton.
Shout out to Big John.
Yeah, Xavier went D. He's going D1. I don't remember
Oh my God,
where
is he?
he's going. Yeah, he got.
Oh, he never announced that to me. Dang.
My dad used to be Big John's chiropractor.
Really?
That's
Wow.
I remember. Last quarter, I had Big John with me in first block, foods and nutrition, and I remember he was talking about the podcast quite a bit, and that actually made me very proud.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
It's crazy knowing like all the big names at school are talking about it.
Yeah, I mean,
And
congratulations,
I like at the very beginning, before this was even around the school, I told John, dude, you gotta hop on my podcast sometime, and he was like, I'll think about it. And like,
Yeah.
dude, think about it, like Big John and Xavier on the podcast.
That would be amazing.
Now that
I
would
love
be
Big
over a 500 view
hilarious.
video.
Yeah, congratulations, guys. It's
Yeah.
awesome what you guys have made.
But it's not like we're not like stars or like anything
No,
special.
but like people at school know about it.
Yeah,
That's
like
a big
that's enough for me to just to be proud of myself. Especially
Also, like, in 12 episodes, 150 subscribers. That's hard to do.
That's awesome, dude.
I know, but a lot of it comes from advertising, and
Oh, okay.
and like getting the word out and stuff.
Yeah.
But asking our friends and family to tell everyone about it, that really helps too.
That's how you get started.
Yeah. At first, I didn't even know anything about that on my my middle school gaming channel.
Did you have one?
No
I
of those?
did.
way.
I did.
I think everybody in our old like PlayStation friend group had a. Xander had a
Dude,
gaming channel.
everyone
I
had a
had a gaming
gaming
channel.
channel.
Tanner had a gaming channel. Ricky still does have a gaming channel. It's
Andrew had one.
Yeah.
everybody had dreams of being a.
Yeah,
I think every kid.
oh
has
my
dreams of
God.
being a
Who didn't
Minecraft
wanna be a
YouTuber.
YouTuber?
exactly
Yeah.
like getting paid millions of dollars just to play video
To do
games.
Exactly.
nothing. Oh, that
Just to punch a cube, you get paid $1 million. That sounds
I
like
know.
that sounds fantastic.
Like you couldn't even spend that much money what gamers are making now.
oh yeah.
I know.
It's crazy.
It's crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Like Corey Kenshin, man's getting paid millions of dollars. He donated
He
half
doesn't
of.
even upload.
I know. I think he paid $1 million to St. Jude.
Good for him. That's awesome.
It was crazy.
That is good.
But yeah, just thinking about like the dream of like being able to do this stuff
Every kid.
online.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy to think about. But right now, I'm just having fun just doing this. So
Well, this
For sure.
is a realistic career now because you can do sports broadcasting, you can be on
Right.
the radio.
right. But yeah, but this is like side gig. Like I'm not expecting anything to come out of this. But if
Never
it
know.
does, it
Yeah.
does.
You
so.
never know exactly.
Right.
It's a fun thing when you're a senior in high school. Get everybody from school on this podcast and have people at school talking about it.
Oh yeah. It's really nice. It is really nice to talk about.
Honestly, I have two things to say. One, if one video were to get like the same amount of number as views as there is of students in the entire school or people, I would be amazed.
Is that like 1,500?
Oh God, yeah.
That would be crazy.
Just thinking about like every single student in the school just clicking on my video, like that's enough just to yeah.
I mean, dude, keep working on it.
I know.
It's gotta
And the
blow up.
requirements, one of the requirements to make money off of YouTube is 4,000 hours of watch time.
That's hard to do.
Boy.
I know, but this is the number. You're thinking of it as one person watching and 4,000 hours, but think about this: 1,500 students clicking on the video and watching it for a minute.
Yeah.
That's like what? That's like how many minutes? How many hours
well,
is
wait,
that?
If they watch like the full thing, they want.
If that wa- if
want,
they-
like,
if
30
they
minutes
watch-
to an hour, that's
That's
That would
enough.
get you.
That's
That's
enough.
enough.
That is clearly enough. If they watch every single video or
Mm-hmm.
just one video that was like 30 minutes long.
keep getting bigger names on here than I think they will.
Yeah.
Big John.
Oh yeah.
that'd be
You
a
know,
good one.
something that really shocked me. I was after my podcast with Connor and Xavier. That gained really a lot of popularity for the
did.
channel
a lot of
too.
people in my business principles, or I mean entertainment marketing class, were talking about that one.
Oh my God! And then I had I thought Isaiah and Cole Williams were on it, and they had a video too. What I didn't realize is that Xavier and Connor's was still growing after like a few weeks.
Oh, no
Really?
way.
Dude, it's over 400 views.
Wow.
That's
okay.
good.
It's crazy.
That is crazy.
It is crazy, and just like to picture the fact that things can happen where you were not expecting it,
Yeah.
and yeah, definitely, absolutely crazy. I am in love with the podcast.
That's awesome.
I'm just thankful to have this.
If I were you, I would just keep, shouting it out on your
Mhm,
stories.
just grinding,
building it
you know,
little by
just
little.
grinding.
Yep,
Do you have an
that's
Instagram
awesome.
page for this?
I have a Twitter.
I'd make
Okay.
an Instagram.
Yeah, the Fall Break Pod.
You should get these on Spotify.
I want to.
Actually, I'm trying to work out a deal to do that right now. Actually,
And
That's one thing.
yeah.
On the car ride over here, I was like, I'm gonna tell them they need to put this on Spotify.
That would be awesome.
I know, and Chaz Nomura's and his podcast Unleash. You can check it out on Spotify.
Shout out the girl.
Yeah, I mean, I want to expand, but the thing is that I think I'm a little too early for, expanding right now because, just to think like, I'm at 152 subscribers and then, I have 2,000 views on the channel. If I uploaded it there now, people are so more used to just going to YouTube
Yeah.
that they wouldn't want to change it. But like, I
Sure.
think if I grow like a tiny bit more, then maybe eventually I'll start putting it on Spotify.
Yeah.
Just
I
give
mean,
it
it's
time,
like
dude.
I was just saying because like it's not hard to do.
I know, but like, yeah,
And it'd be cool.
I know, but
to
like,
have you on Spotify. That'd be cool.
but on my Twitter, I only have like 5 followers. And
Twitter's a hard platform to grow on.
I know, but
I think Owen's right. I think you should definitely consider making an Instagram and maybe putting like the thumbnail out there every time you release an episode.
Yeah.
Just be like,
'Cause
new episode out
I
now.
actually on Mason on my my
Your
name.
personal.
Yeah, I
Instagram.
post mine on
Okay.
Instagram. So, yeah,
That's good though. I mean,
Yeah,
you're still
for
reaching
sure.
people.
we haven't even gotten to the third question. We've been just
How long
rambling
has this
about.
been going for?
Dude, it's 35 minutes.
Okay, we gotta run through this, man.
It's-
We're doing good.
We are doing good.
Yeah, but all right. The last audience question for today is for Owen. Will you get class president back-to-back years?
Okay.
Tell them about our plan, Owen.
Oh, yeah. So I am gonna run again this year. Hopefully I get it. You know, you can't be sure. Depends who runs. And there is like a little bit of campaigning involved. Like, I mean, if we're really being real, student council is a popularity contest.
Right.
And I think that if I run again this year, I think I have a good chance of winning. Obviously, you got to make a video. I had a really good video last
Oh,
year.
yeah.
Shout out
Absolute.
Ricky
badass.
Trudell edited my student council video last year,
Yep.
and it was amazing. It was like me, my face on Joe Biden walking out of like the helicopter into the Oval Office, and it was very presidential.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can't say because I mean the people have to vote, and I'd like go in a classroom and be like, "Hey, vote for me."
Wow.
I don't know. I can't
mean, it's
really say.
campaign.
I mean, it worked, didn't it?
Yeah.
It did.
It did
Oh,
work. But
Me and Owen have been in student council together since last year. I
Yes.
was class president 8th and 9th grade. And
We-
Nice.
I
flipped.
didn't run. I didn't run our sophomore year, and Owen took
He
over.
paved the way for me.
I am.
He
so
walked so I could run. Basically.
nice.
absolutely no one I'd want more as our president than Owen Hubbard. Man has done a great job. Made our class a ton of money.
Well-
Sophomore classes show Owen Hubbard some love.
I don't want to take credit. I mean, okay, we have raised our goal for prom. Sophomore class is $5,000 to pay for a prom.
Right.
So it can be admission free, and we can buy a bunch of cool stuff, have a cool venue. And we're about 20% on the way there.
Nice.
We just sent out a newsletter today, or I think we're sending out tomorrow a newsletter to give the sophomore class an update, and we're having about $1,000 in our account right now, which
Nice.
Yeah.
for sophomores
Nice.
is really good. And it's a team effort. I can't take credit for it because everybody in our class, I think we have 8 representatives and then me, the president, they all contribute and all make these fundraisers happen. Our first fundraiser at the beginning of the year was before the school year started. It was at the Makers Market.
Yeah.
I think it's the seniors that put that on. And we made more. We made about $500, $400 from that. And just alone from that, we made more in that one fundraiser than we did the entire year before, which is a really good
Wow.
start.
Like
And
that-
I want to
that
shout
is
out
Crazy.
Finn's salesman skills
Okay.
because we sold baskets, themed baskets. Everybody made a basket, and we sold them. And he was giving such good sales pitches to the people that would come up to our table, and he really contributed to our success. So shout out Finn.
Absolutely.
And then yeah, class president in the first 2-3 years, freshman, sophomore, junior, is really just fundraising,
Uh-huh.
trying to get as much money possible for your prom, because that's the goal,
Right.
is to have a free prom. 'Cause
Yeah.
prom's expensive at other schools, like
Oh, yeah.
admission.
Yeah.
It's expensive on top of the dress, and then people buy like rent out cars and stuff.
Yeah.
So the goal of every class is to have a free prom, and I think we're doing a really good job.
All right. Well, that's good. Nice.
Yes.
That's really impressive. I didn't even know anything about that.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people. Hopefully, people will know more about like the goals of student council
Mm-hmm.
and what we do. I mean, student council as a whole, we run the events like prom, or I guess like homecoming, the parade. We play really big roles in those things, and then coronation. That's us at the homecoming game, crowning the homecoming court. We play a really big role in putting that on. All the pep assemblies, we do those, and then the classes individually, they each class has to have a service project every year, and at least one fundraiser. But obviously, you want to have more than one because you
Yeah.
gotta fundraise a lot of money for prom.
Right.
So, I mean, just a lot of like regular students don't really care about student council and don't really know what's going on. But
Mhm.
yeah, that's kind of an inside.
Wow.
Or
Very
at least
behind
how
the
our sophomore
scenes.
class is going. I think we're doing a really good job.
Well,
right
that's good, man.
I think Owen would agree when I said that we've just been very blessed to have a team of very like
Oh,
supported,
yeah.
passionate, hardworking people in our class.
Our sophomore class right now is amazing.
Yeah.
Addison French, vice president.
Shout out to Addison.
She's a workhorse. She's doing everything.
Nice.
I can't thank Addison enough. I like to thank her for being a very good vice president. Finn, our secretary, like I said, his salesman skills.
Weekly newsletters.
Yes, he did the newsletter. Josh Gunn gave a shout out to David Ball last time he was on here.
Mhm.
I
Love David Ball.
All right.
Just him as a person. Yesterday I went into a student council committee meeting and he had socks with his face on them. I
Oh
have a
my
picture.
gosh.
You wanna see
Really?
the picture? Yeah.
That's crazy.
And he was like, my mom got these for Christmas, and I was like, that is amazing. It's just his face on his sock.
That is insane.
So that alone deserves a shout out.
He's an icon.
Shout out to
Ball.
David Ball socks,
Yes.
man.
All right,
Wow.
that's all I really had to say, I guess.
Nice. All right. Well, shout out to the sophomore class.
Yes, shout out to class 2025 and all of the members of the sophomore class student council.
Nice. All right. Well, guys, that was insane. You know, just knowing that you worked that hard just for just sophomore class alone. That's really inspirational right there.
See.
But all right. Well, that's the end for our audience questions. So right now we're going to move on to the last few sections we want to do. So one that we have here is, can we get a fun fact about you two?
A fun fact?
Oh,
Like
Okay.
or like a really interesting fact, you know, something that like not a lot of people know.
Feel free to go first.
Dude, I gotta think. Okay, while I'm thinking of this, I want to give a shout out to Eli Wallace. He, in the car this morning, he told me that you were his cashier at Hy-Vee last night.
I was.
Yeah, and
I
I was
was.
like, wow. And I was also a cashier at Fairway last night.
Yeah?
So we were working same job, same time.
Oh yeah.
Just at different stores. All right. Now let me think.
Dude, that's
I can take
yeah,
over what
Damien,
you
you
think.
go ahead and go
Wait.
first.
Yeah.
There was one thought that I had earlier, and that's simply that we do not do this podcast for money or anything like that. We only do it because we wish to spread joy and have fun.
That's your opinion.
Wait a second.
Oh my
Look, I'm not saying that we're doing it for money right now. I'm saying, well, right now, yes, it's for fun. It's
You're the
just
growth
it's to
phase.
make people smile.
yeah.
I'm not trying to be no greedy, slimy dude. But I'm saying, like, that would be amazing if we did make money off of this. I'm not saying, like, we need the money or anything, but, like, just knowing that if it could potentially be a career, that would be really interesting. I'm not saying that I want your money. Please give it to me. I just want it. I'm just saying, like, knowing that this podcast could potentially, maybe in the slightest chance, be something, worth our time, and that we make money off of it, that would be interesting. Like, you just put you almost put words in our mouths. Did you not realize that?
I didn't realize it, and I am sorry.
Oh my god, we got a little bit of a controversy on the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh my
Roast
god.
beef here?
I didn't even notice that I was doing that. Oh, wait.
Well, just think about it. Like, we are only doing this for the spread of joy in humanity. If we get a check for anything, we're gonna say no.
I mean, no.
Take the money.
I wouldn't say no,
Take the
but
money.
Money's
if
tight
we-
right now.
Okay, if we do...
Damien, if someone offered us $10,000 as a donation, would you say yes or no?
I think the Hy-Vee check is
I would only take half, because the person probably...
Well, you'd get half too.
well, yeah.
Split it between you guys. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
What were
only
you
fair.
What were you gonna say?
No,
The
man,
other
you
half
can
goes-
take half and he'll take half.
One of
man.
the half is gonna go to me. The other half is gonna go to a charity. Thank you.
That's good.
Thank you.
Hey,
I mean,
donating to charity is not a bad thing.
If I had the option to do that, I would take 5,000, split it between me and you, and
Let's not talk about our business plan,
Alright, come on
please.
now,
If
we're
we're
fighting
not
over
even
Hey.
money
we
don't
haven't
have.
even gotten to 200 subscribers yet.
Just
Just
the Fallback Podcast, 200
off.
subscribers.
Hold off.
got it.
Hold off. All right.
By the end of
We're gonna move away from this, and we're gonna
Okay.
move back to them.
Okay, we.
No. All right.
I don't really know. All right, I'm just gonna list off a couple things because I don't know. Like, I mean, fun facts.
I should have just asked you guys this before we even were on here.
You should have given me like a date of birth. I don't even know.
Okay.
I guess just some. Shoot, dude, I don't.
Just a random fact, man.
All right, I guess on the like side as a hobby, I do engineering for rappers,
Yeah?
singers, artists, like that. It's a
Like-
cool little hobby. I don't think many people know that. But
Nice.
I mean, I have like a private story that I post about it because I'm not gonna bombard people on my main story with like, hey, check out this song I mixed because like people don't care.
Okay.
I don't want to bombard my public story. I used to do that in like 7th grade. I'd post like 17 things, and people would be like, "Dude, shut up."
Oh, man.
It was,
But
yeah.
yeah, you worked as a sound engineer for small rappers and stuff.
yeah.
That's cool. That's an
Yes.
interesting fact right there.
For sure.
I did not expect you to be that
And
type
then,
of person.
yeah, and then I've like produced some songs for some rappers. It's fun. I still do it. It's fun. Meet a lot of cool people and stuff like that. Like Yeet, the rapper Yeet.
Yeah.
He's pretty popular. I'm friends with his old engineer.
Oh wow.
And he kind of Yeats engineer. He actually deleted his Instagram account, but I would shout out his Instagram, but he deleted it last night.
Well, really?
His name was Jeshua on Instagram,
Wow.
and
Nice.
he like engineered like some songs like Mad About That, and he was like teaching me how to do it and like how to get your name out there as an engineer and like get I guess clients. I don't know, like get people to trust you with their songs.
Okay, that's cool.
That's interesting. I could learn. I could learn from this.
Damien, it's not that type of engineer.
Oh.
Like,
It's a rap engineer.
Audio engineer, yeah.
Like,
they
You're not
se-
building
pizza
engines for
sauce.
rappers.
they send me their raw vocals,
And
and
you
then
and
you put like the auto tune, EQ it, clean it up, all that kind of stuff.
all right. Noah.
Shoot, man, that's a tough question. I guess something that not a lot of people know about me. I play competitive chess. Just kinda
Really?
Oh,
hobby.
wow.
Really? All right.
Yeah, it's just kind of something I started doing a little while ago. And,
Okay.
I mean, I'm pretty. I don't want to say like I'm like naturally gifted at it, but I just kind of had a knack for it.
Dude,
So,
chess is so underrated.
it's a good game.
I know, and like it's like people just think it's for nerds and stuff, but it's not that hard to figure out.
I mean, it's tough. I've won a decent bit of money playing it, and I enjoy it. So
Wow.
Really, money
I-
off
yeah,
of
What
it.
are your
Okay.
What are your earnings?
Oh my god.
Two-
At this
two-
point, I would say over $100.
Oh, wow.
Really?
I know.
Really?
It sounds stupid because I probably like lost more paying for tournaments, but it feels good to go into something like that and win. And obviously, you don't meet as many cool people as you do as a
Nice.
sound engineer, but I mean, they're nice. And,
Okay. Well, hey, that's
Yeah.
interesting, man. Chess, definitely. I play that with
forgot
my
that.
dad sometimes. So
for sure.
I forgot.
It's something you
Yeah.
enjoy and you should cherish it, no
Hey,
matter how
absolutely.
old or young you are.
Absolutely, Damien. Thank
Words
you.
of advice.
words of advice from our co-host right here.
I mean, I have many more, but those.
We don't want to hear that right now.
Yeah.
We're
Damn,
we're
okay.
almost
Save 'em
we're,
for another episode.
we're almost 50 minutes into this, Damien.
Oh my goodness.
But
Keep us
yeah,
rolling.
nice, man. All right. So we got chess player right here, and we got a sound engineer right here.
Woohoo.
That's crazy, man. All right. Okay, so we're gonna move on. So we're just gonna move on to the ending part, guys.
Oh.
This is sad.
I know.
I really enjoyed this.
Yeah, this was.
I know, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, just a span of and it doesn't even feel that long. It felt like we
No
started
kidding.
like we started 10 minutes
I
ago.
know we've been here for
doesn't.
like an hour
It
and a
doesn't.
half.
Yeah,
Awesome.
this is a lot. This is a lot.
At the beginning, Mason said time flies. He was like, "All right, by the way, guys, before we start, time flies when we do this." And you're right.
Right,
It feels like we've been here for 15
dude. You know how amazing it would be if this was like school. It went so
At
like,
school?
I know.
like if
What-
this was like as fast as school classes,
Oh,
that would
yeah.
be crazy. But
it's an early out, and
dream.
it still felt so long.
I know. But yeah. Right now we're gonna move on. I want to know if you guys want to You guys want to shout out anyone on the podcast right
Ooh,
here?
Okay.
Any plugs in or anything?
Okay. Any of my friends watching, don't get hurt if I leave you out. I talked about Ricky earlier. Shout out his YouTube channel, Shrimp Dealer. He edits for people. Don't laugh, man. Shrimp Dealer. Then okay, like he made the name when he was in like 6th grade.
That sounds
Wait,
like it sounds
He makes good content.
He's really talented.
No,
He's
he
a
is.
good
He
dude.
makes good gaming
like
videos.
that's,
Some of his YouTube shorts get like thousands.
that's good. That's all right. That's cool.
Aiden Mandale, he's my best friend. He wants to be a pilot.
He flies planes.
He do be flying the planes.
He does?
He do be flying.
Wow.
Like
The
he literally just like flies around. It's crazy.
He's starting pilot school in like
Nice.
May or June or
Okay, that's nice.
something. And then Eli Wallace.
Eli Wallace.
Shout out
Okay.
Just because he saw you yesterday.
And like he pointed it out to you.
Yes, he did. He's like,
Nice.
Mason was my cashier. And I was like, sick.
All right. And Noah.
Man, I guess if I had to do a shout out, I would definitely say shout out to Doe's Clothing.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Doe's Clothing?
Doe's Clothing, yeah.
Doe's Clothing.
It's a little.
Are you aware of
startup.
Doe's?
What is it?
Okay, you can explain.
I'll absolutely talk about it. It's a little startup started by my friends Lincoln Sturdivant, Ben Moore, and Cooper Chase.
Okay.
They got together one day and just decided to start a clothing company. They produce some really high quality stuff, some great design.
It's actually
Nice.
Everything is handmade, in-house. It's amazing. So if you have any questions, go talk to them. They got a website.
Instagram.
I know there's an Instagram
at
too.
Doe Street. Does.st on Instagram.
Does.st on Instagram.
Okay.
They do
Wait, I
some
think
really
that's
high
it.
quality stuff.
Yeah, I think
So,
that's it.
Nice.
Give
All right.
them a look.
Shout
I
out.
was just about to say, if he didn't say that, I was about to say, oh, Doe's.
Shout out to Doe's Clothing.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's cool. Damien, anyone you want to shout out real quick?
I believe I already shouted him out once before, but Mr. Wilming, thank you for allowing me to get addicted to like books.
Okay, because I was at first a little nervous because I heard addicted.
Addicted to what?
Did you say
Like
books?
writing books.
Oh,
It's a
okay,
much
you're
better
addicted.
addiction than
Okay.
boxing.
Because addicted sounds like something you wouldn't want to put on here.
Sounds like
But
something you wouldn't
thankfully, it
want.
wasn't what I was thinking it was. But okay, Mr. Wilming.
Yeah, and when he does retire after this year, I really hope that I ain't gonna be the only one that will miss him, because he's a very good teacher. He really is.
For sure.
And I believe there is some students that like treat him not the best, but he is a very good teacher, and he deserves a lot of respect. Also, thank you to Mr. Peisel for allowing me to be in another one of your classes this quarter.
Shout out Mr. Peisel.
Mr. Peisel's awesome.
Yeah.
But my dad was in Mr. Wilming's one of his first classes.
Whoa, no way.
When did he start working there? 1990. One? 1991. Okay, so not one of his first classes, but it was like he graduated in 2000, so it was like either 97 through 2000. So, oh yeah, he was one of those classes. So,
That's
yeah,
sweet.
yeah. Shout out to Mr. Wilming.
There's a
Hopefully,
lot of-
maybe he'll be on the podcast.
Yeah.
No way. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, that would be a shocker. A teacher on the
That'd
podcast.
be nuts.
It has to be a retired teacher because teachers aren't allowed to go to students' houses.
Oh, really? He's retiring next year.
What
Yeah,
if my
we're
mom
this
was a
year.
teacher?
What?
What if my mom was a teacher?
Well, that's
Sorry,
different.
man.
Okay.
Biological
She's got to move out.
All right.
Kick her out.
Just gotta move out. All right. Well, shout out to Hy-Vee. Shout out to my parents.
Shout out to Fairway.
Shout out to Fairway.
Shout out to Hy-Vee.
Vector
Hy-Vee's.
Fairway on Belmont.
Shout out to class of 2023. One of the last few quarters that we're gonna have together. But shout out to the podcast. Shout out to everyone watching.
Absolutely. Shout out to Mason Fall for hosting us. This has been awesome.
Yes.
Thank
Shout
you.
out to
I
Mason
am-
Falls basement. This
Yeah.
is. I love this.
We got to get a camera in here.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you guys for being here today. Thank you to the guests showing up here today. Thank you to Damien here showing up today. We're glad to have you guys here today. Inspirational quote I have for the last bit is here from Theodore Roosevelt: "Do what you can with what you have, where you are." Just take a little bit to let that settle in your brain for a little bit, and I want to say thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you to everyone who has supported the podcast so far, and we will see you guys next time.
Awesome.
Thank you on the
Thank you so much.
podcast. Boom.